10 African white-backed vultures are waiting to be transferred to their brand new enclosure, which has finally been completed. But first, they have to be rounded up. It could be a dangerous job.
The enclosure's all finished. There's nothing more that needs to be done there. It's just now the dodgy task of catching hold of them and putting them in boxes. So it's look out for your fingers time.
Once the birds are released into the new enclosure, it won't be easy to get hold of them. So Mark has asked vet Duncan Williams to give them a final health check.
Well, we'd just like Duncan here to give them a visual check their feet, because they are prone to feet problems through being perching for too long. So that's something we want him to look for, and we're also going to leg band them and worm them at the same time. They're tetchy things. They don't like being grabbed hold of. So, you know, we do have to be a bit careful.
The task of catching them falls to keeper Luke Priddle, using a net and special light-proof bag. He takes a nip for his trouble.
In the dark, they tend to just stay still, and it's probably the biggest reason why we use a black net, but trying to keep their head in it isn't always as easy as it looks.
It's hard to tell a male vulture from a female vulture. One of the only ways to know for sure is to test a feather sample. Vet Duncan also administers the worming injection and takes a close look at the bird's condition.
We've had a couple of problems with their feet, so I'm just checking out, making sure their feet are nice and healthy. There's no bumblefoot infections or anything going on before they're released into the big pen.
When the birds are out and flying free, Mark will need to know who's who, so they fit each with a leg band.
It's important for us to be able to identify which bird's which, particularly out in a big enclosure like that. I mean, if you get, if you saw one that perhaps was a bit off colour, without that kind of identification, it's going to be very difficult then the next day maybe to see which one it was or whatever. So it's always useful to just be able to positively ID your animals.
Next, it's into the crate and ready for transport. 1 down, 9 to go. The vulture's beak is powerful enough to rip into any African animal carcass it finds. With so many birds to handle, the team must not let their guard down.
As you see, one wrong move and the beak's out, and you're going to lose a finger. If they grab hold of you, they won't let go.
It's caught on the net. Hang on, don't put your hands in there, Mish.
Hang on, I've got a tail way up here.
Thankfully, the staff survive with all their fingers intact. Now the birds are taken to the vulture house inside the new enclosure. They'll be kept there for a little while to calm down before being allowed out into the open.
They've been sort of quite comfortable in the house down there, and now they've been shoved in a box and unceremoniously driven up the road and pushed out in a new environment. So, I mean, initially they're obviously going to be very stressed, very unaware of what's going on. So we just want to get them out the box and then come away and let them take their surroundings in their own sort of time without any disturbance. This is just going to be pretty much a sort of sick bay and a shelter in case of bad weather. I mean, the majority of the time they're going to be actually out in the enclosure. So, I mean, this is just purely just somewhere where we can segregate birds if they're ill, or if we need to get them in through adverse weather, then that's where they'll go.
Soon these mighty birds will be ready to take flight. We'll come back to see what they make of their new home.